Hi, beautiful souls. It's Tan back here again today with you on this astrology, human design, and Gene Keys channel. And today is going to be the first video that I make on our Bazi Elements series, which is Chinese Astrology Elements series. And we're going to be starting off today with the fire element in Chinese astrology, or the Bazi. But we're going to be looking at the yang fire element. So there's yin and yang for each of the elements in the Bazi. But we're starting off with the yang fire. So one of the main reasons why I've decided to continue with my videos on the Batsu and actually make these videos for you guys is because there's been a lot of requests for more information on this topic. So I just want to let you guys know that I am not a professional in this field. I'm not an expert. I haven't really studied it for a very long time yet. And my human design line 1 in my profile is like, well, I got to study more. But yeah, so like I don't offer like Batsu Chinese astrology readings or anything like that. And a lot of the information that I am going to be telling you guys today is coming from this book that I got, which is written by Joey Yap, who is one of the masters of Batsu. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So what I want to cover in this video is I want to cover the characteristics of somebody who is a yang fire in the Batsu. And it's also called the Bing in Chinese. If you are a yang fire day master, by the way, this is a day master series. So I'm going to be looking at yang fire as your day master element. And if you haven't watched my introduction video, I highly recommend you check that out first. So I'll provide links to that up above in the description box below so you can find out what your day master is and then come back and watch this video. So this applies if your day master is a Bing yang fire. What are some of their personality traits and characteristics? And then I want to give you guys a little spin on this and introduce you to a Disney princess that I think her energy resonates with this element. And I'm going to be doing this for all the elements, by the way. And then I won't be going into like the compatibilities and because each element in the Batsu has another element that controls it, another element that produces it. And depending on how that interacts in your chart will give you another interpretation of how you embody the yang fire energy. And I'm not going to be going into that in this video. This is just like super basic. So the Bing or yang fire in the Batsu is represented by the sun. And what a great day to be doing this because I'm sitting out here in the sun in my garden. I'm really like taking on that yang fire energy, you know. But yeah, it's represented literally like in the Batsu by the sun itself. So if you think about the qualities of the sun, it's very bright. So yeah, if you have this as your day master, you are very noticeable. Like I have a friend, like a really good friend who is a yang fire day master. And when she enters a room, you know she's there. I wouldn't say she's necessarily loud, but she's big in her energy. Like she would, come in and like say hi to everybody. She's very warm. She'd ask everybody how they're doing. That's the yang fire energy, warm, bright rays of sunshine. And, if the sun is not being covered by clouds or anything, the raw energy of the sun is always energetic. So there's a lot of vitality in you, there's a lot of energy in you. And if you find that you wake up one day and you don't have energy, like you're not feeling motivated or driven to do something in your life, then you may need to consider that, what's happening in your life, is something wrong. The other thing about the sun, and if you're a yang fire day master, is that you are somewhat predictable, just like the sun that rises every day. And then at a certain time, it sets. So there's a certain routine that you like to follow. You have your own routines, you're routine driven, and you like that. And you are, in a sense, you can be dependable and people can trust you because of your routines and your rhythms when you are doing something. Another characteristic of a yang fire day master is that you are known for your perseverance. You don't give up easily. Just like the sun, it's going to rise in the same way every day. It doesn't give up. However, this trait within you can also make you somebody who stretches your limits and your boundaries too far, meaning that you may shine too hard. So you may be the somebody who, for example, in in certain situations in life, we need to surrender and let go. The Yang Fire Daymaster may find that hard to do. So, for example, if you are in a relationship and the relationship, like a romantic relationship, and it ends, a Yang Fire person tends to either want to win their partner back and doesn't easily let that go, or they tend to hold on to those feelings, the romance of with that particular person way past its due date. So that can be when a Yang Fire person is going to burn themselves out when they are too perseverant. So I wanted to give you an example of my friend who has this. And like, so we're in like a friend group, and I was sort of, there was a period in which me and another friend, not the Yang Fire friend, but another one, sort of had a bit of an argument. And I'm a I'm a young metal daymaster, and I can cut people off really easily. That's just like my thing. It's just like, this is not working out. This is toxic. I'm cutting you out. And that's what I wanted to do with the other friend. But my Yang Fire friend came to me and said, you can't give up on this other friend. You can't cut her out because she's going through something in her life she needs us there. So, let's stay together. Let's stick together. And we've been friends for so long. Let's not give up on each other. So she is the one that brings people together in a way. If you think about the sun and, how people are like, let's go to the beach together on a sunny day, or let's go, hiking together on a sunny day. Like the sun has a way of bringing people together, kind of like the yin fire as well, which I'll make another video on that later. Now, another thing about a Yang Fire individual, I'm gonna let that sun shine on my face. But because you are routine driven in a way, you might also be it may be hard to get you out of your comfort zone. Now, I know that a lot of Yang Fire Daymaster, if you're watching this, you're like, no, I'm open to new experiences. I'm very risk taking. But the thing is, you can be, you know, open to new experiences, but is that out of your comfort zone? Because some Yang Fire individuals are going to want to try new things within their comfort zone. So it does require a bit of a discernment here as to whether, when you're trying out new things, is it really out of your comfort zone or not? And, it may be something beneficial for you to sometimes step out of your comfort zone and do things where you have to meet your fears, where you have to meet your darkness, because the sun is the complete opposite of darkness, right? The sun is bright. So Yang Fire people sometimes have a hard time meeting their darkness or stepping out of their comfort zone and having to face their fears. So another trait of a Yang Fire Daymaster is that they are eternal optimists. So you are just always looking on the bright side of things, which is beautiful to have. And you're just cheerful and happy-go-lucky. But sometimes this trait of optimism can be to your detriment. And that happens when you are being optimistic about people who are not having best intentions for you. So this tendency to not want to look at the darker sides of people, we can say that we can use the word superficiality here, where, it's like the sun, it doesn't want to be in the darkness. And so there is a tendency for a Yang Fire Daymaster to be a little bit superficial when it comes to people and in not spending time to really go deeper with regards to people's personalities and their motivations. And of course, like I mentioned, that can backfire on you because maybe people are having ulterior motives and they are doing things that is betraying you, and you are just allowing and enabling that to happen. So as a recommendation from Joey Yap for Yang Fire people is to allow yourself to be introspective and study something deeply, like maybe you read something that allows you to go deeper, just to kind of build your momentum, build your habit of not just skimming the surface of things, but to actually go deep. The other thing about Yang Fire people is that they tend to make decisions that are based on relational dynamics, it can be nice because they're tuning into what is going to please other people. But of course, that can also become a people-pleasing habit where a young fire day master is going to make certain decisions based on how other people feel rather than what is best or most effective or efficient in certain circumstances and situations, and not coming from a place of really understanding, what's best for people and how they really feel, but based on like the people pleasing behavior of wanting people to like them, wanting people to feel good so they would like you. So this is when I like to bring in some human design and connect these systems together in a sense that, like, if you're into human design, you'll know that each human design type and in your human design body graph, you have a specific decision-making authority. So some people are going to be emotional authority, which means that you have to be taking your time when you're making decisions. You have to wait for your emotional waves to clear off. But that's the thing, yang fire day masters tend to make quick decisions. And whether they're in a relation, whether that's relational or not, they tend to make quicker decisions. And that might go against your authority in human design if you are emotional authority. So that's when you need to slow down. But if you're like sacral authority or splenic authority, making fast decisions, listening to your body might actually be in alignment with the yang fire day master's natural way of making decisions. So there is a natural charisma for you if you are a yang fire day master. Now, this charisma can be great. It allows you to really connect with people quite easily and to be just like the sun, just be liked easily by people, right? But it can sometimes not be so great because there is an element of wanting to be the center of attention all the time that can come into play here as well. And when you're not getting that attention, sometimes a yang fire individual, you may do things to get negative attention even. But it's really hard for you to not be the center of attention because you're like the sun. And sometimes even when it's already happening, you might do even more of it. That kind of made sense. So you might already be getting attention, but you're not willing to give the attention back in return to other people. Or you may be sort of taking the attention you get and going on a run with it and getting wild, we can say. And there is a bit of a negative trait that might come with a yang fire individual here as well, is that you may be the type to look down upon others when they are not as bright as you, when they're not shining as brightly as you. Like people who are, let's say, shyer, or they may find it hard to bring themselves out and be extroverted. The yang fire day master might look down on that a little bit, because there's this feeling of superiority that they can have, that you can have. So before we go into the Disney princess for this element, Joey Yap gives a little bit of a tips to build positive, strong self-confidence and self-esteem and self-worth for the Yang Fire Day Master. And that is to learn humility and modesty. Because if you are really confident, if you are really true in who you are, if your self-esteem is really solid and strong, you would have no problem giving attention to other people. It would not bother you that in certain situations, you just can't be the center of attention and that you have to give attention to somebody else. It wouldn't bother you if your sense of self-esteem and self-confidence is really, really solid. And you will find it easy to be modest and to be humble. And another tip that he gives is to learn from the people around you, in a sense of not just skimming the surface and assuming that if you meet somebody and you like what you see, on the surface of them, you like their positive qualities, right? That's nice, but everybody has flaws and everybody has quirks. And as a young fire day master, allow yourself to see people for who they really are, see them for their darkness and their quirks, and realize that that is not a bad thing. That's what makes somebody whole, is to have both the light and the dark. So for the Disney princess that I have chosen for the Young Fire Daymaster is Rapunzel. So I think that Rapunzel probably is a Young Fire Daymaster in her chart. This is my assumption here, but I thought it's just fun to be a little bit creative with it. So Rapunzel was held imprisoned by her, we can call stepmother, in a tower for a large part of her life, and especially in the animation of Rapunzel Tangled. That's really the young fire Rapunzel, because although she was kept imprisoned in the tower, she was still optimistic about many things. She still had hope that one day she will be able to see the world, that she'll be able to see the light that she loves to see, the lanterns. And she is creative. Like in her tower, she paints and draws and sings and dance, and she keeps that cheerful, youthful spirit alive. So that is how a young fire daymaster person is. Of course, her hair is definitely going to make her the center of attention in any room. So that's who I would associate with here with regards to the Disney princess. All right, beautiful souls, it's getting very hot. And I think we're done with with absorbing myself in the young fire element for today. If you have this as your day master or just really strongly in your chart somehow, comment below, let us know what your experiences have been. If you would like a reading from me and my team, and it's not going to be a Chinese astrology reading, of course, it's going to be the normal birth chart, Western astrology reading, or human design reading, or gene keys reading, you can visit our website. I'll provide a link to that in the description box below and maybe up above as well. And yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for coming along with this journey. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.